I'm 70 years old, and if you're like most people my age, or even 20 years younger, you've felt it. That morning stiffness in your knees that makes the stairs feel like a mountain. That reflection in the mirror where the skin seems just a little thinner, a little more fragile than it was last summer. We are told this is just the tax of time. We are told that our collagen is drying up. And then the solution is shoved in our faces. A white powder in a plastic tub. A supplement. I'm going to tell you something that the billion-dollar supplement industry doesn't want a grandmother like me to say. You are being sold a shadow. For the last few years, I've watched friends spend $40, $50, $60 a month on collagen peptides, hoping for a miracle for their joints and their skin. But when I look at their results, and then I look at mine, there is a massive disconnect. You see, I don't own a single tub of collagen powder. My supplements don't come from a laboratory or a factory in a high-tech vat. They come from my kitchen. They come from the things our ancestors used to call the best parts, but modern society has been taught to call waste. In this video, I am going to share my personal ritual. I'm going to reveal the 3 specific, natural, and incredibly cheap foods that have kept my joints fluid and my skin resilient at 70. One of these foods is something you probably walk past every single week at the butcher shop, and it's actually 100% pure connective tissue. If you feel like you're losing your flexibility, your structure, and your glow, stop buying the bottles. Let me show you what real, bioavailable collagen looks like. Before I give you my list, we have to address the elephant in the medicine cabinet. Why are so many people taking collagen powders and seeing 0 results? The truth is, collagen is a complex protein. When a factory takes animal hides, yes, that's usually what those powders are made of, and processes them with high heat, acids, and enzymes to make them instantly dissolvable, they are stripping away the cofactors. In nature, collagen doesn't exist as a dry powder. It exists in a matrix. It's surrounded by minerals, hyaluronic acid, and glucosamine. It's a living structure. When you take a fragmented powder, your body often doesn't even recognize it as collagen. It just treats it like any other cheap protein and burns it for energy. I realized this years ago. I noticed that when I ate the way my grandmother taught me, the slow-cooked, chewy way, my skin felt different. My grip strength stayed strong. Modern nutrition has lied to us. It told us that clean meat is a boneless, skinless chicken breast, but a chicken breast has almost 0 collagen. By eating clean, we have starved our joints. We have traded our ancestral wisdom for modern convenience, and our bodies are paying the price in wrinkles and aches. I decided to go back to the source, and the results? Well, they speak for themselves. Food number 1, the pure gold, beef tendon. Let's start with the most powerful collagen food on the planet. If you were to look at a beef tendon, most people would say, "I can't eat that, it's too tough." Exactly. That toughness is the collagen. Beef tendon is almost 35% protein, and nearly all of that protein is type 1 collagen. This is the exact type of collagen that makes up 70% of your skin and provides the structural strength to your bones and ligaments. When you look at a tendon, you are looking at pure connective tissue. It is rich in glycine and proline, the 2 beauty amino acids. Proline is what allows your skin to keep its shape, preventing that sagging look we all fear. Glycine is the anti-aging amino acid that helps your liver detoxify and improves your sleep quality. Unlike a powder, beef tendon is also packed with elastin. As we age, our skin loses its snapback. Tendon provides the raw materials to maintain that elasticity. I know what you're thinking. How do I even chew that? You don't. Not until you've treated it with respect. Go to an Asian market or a local butcher. Ask for beef tendon. It is incredibly cheap because most Westerners don't know what to do with it. I rinse them in cold water with a splash of vinegar to remove any gamey scent. Oh, cannot rush a tendon. I put mine in a slow cooker or an instant pot with water, a few slices of ginger, and 2 cloves of garlic. In a slow cooker, 10 to 12 hours on low. In an instant pot, 90 minutes on high pressure. When they are done, they transform. They go from being hard as a rock to being soft, translucent, and jelly-like. They practically melt on your tongue. I slice them thin and add them to my vegetable soups. They absorb whatever flavor you give them. They are buttery, rich, and deeply satisfying. When I eat tendon, I can feel my body saying thank you. It's not a fragment, it's the whole structural matrix. Food number 2, the joint repairer. Chicken feet. Now don't turn off the video just yet. I know this next one might make some of you squeamish, but if you want the joints of a 30-year-old, you need to look at chicken feet. In many cultures, chicken feet are called phoenix claws. And for a good reason. While beef tendon is type 1 collagen for the skin, chicken feet are the world's best source of type 2 collagen. Type 2 collagen is specifically for cartilage. If your knees click when you sit down, or if you feel bone-on-bone friction, your body is begging for type 2 collagen. Chicken feet are composed of skin, cartilage, tendons, and tiny bones. When you cook them down, you aren't just getting collagen, you are getting a massive dose of chondroitin and glucosamine. People pay hundreds of dollars for these in pill form, but those pills are often poorly absorbed. In chicken feet, these nutrients are bound in a natural delivery system that your gut knows exactly how to handle. I understand. They look like, well, feet. But remember what I said about the supplement industry? They take these exact waste products, bleach them, deodorize them, and turn them into that clean powder you buy for $50. Why pay them for the processing when you can do it better at home? My personal kitchen method. I buy mine cleaned, but I always take a pair of kitchen shears and snip off the very tips of the claws. Put them in boiling water for 5 minutes, then drain that water. This removes any impurities. I simmer mine with star anise, a little soy sauce or coconut aminos, and a lot of ginger. Ginger is crucial because it's an anti-inflammatory that works synergistically with the collagen. You know you've done it right when you put the leftover broth in the fridge, and the next morning, it's a solid, wiggling brick of gelatin. That wiggle is the proof of potency. If your store-bought broth doesn't wiggle, it doesn't have the collagen. I eat 2 or 3 claws a few times a week. Or I use the broth as a base for everything I cook. My grip is firm, and my wedding ring still fits perfectly because my knuckles aren't inflamed. Food number 3, the Ancestral Foundation, true bone broth. The final food is the foundation of everything. It's what our ancestors kept simmering on the back of the stove for days. I'm talking about real, homemade bone broth. Now wait, I'm not talking about the broth you buy in a carton at the grocery store. That is usually just flavored salt water with natural beef flavor. I am talking about a mineral-rich liquid gold that turns into a jelly when cold. Bone broth is more than collagen. It is a living soup of minerals. When we age, our bones become porous. Bone broth provides calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus in a form that is incredibly easy for an aging digestive system to absorb. But the real secret for aging is the glycine. As we get older, our stomach acid weakens. This makes it hard to digest heavy proteins. Bone broth actually heals the lining of the gut, the leaky gut you might have heard of, which then allows you to absorb the nutrients from all your other foods better. To get 80% more collagen than a standard recipe, you need a specific bone strategy. You need marrow bones for flavor and joint bones, like knuckles or neck bones, for the collagen. I always throw in 2 chicken feet or a piece of beef tendon into my bone broth. This supercharges the gelatin content. You must add a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. The acid pulls the minerals and the collagen out of the hard bone and into the water. This is not a 30-minute soup. You need at least 12 hours for chicken and 24 hours for beef. When the broth cools, a layer of fat will rise to the top. Don't throw that away. That fat contains the fat-soluble vitamins that help your body utilize the collagen. I drink 1 small mug of this every morning before I have coffee. It coats my stomach, calms my joints, and gives my skin a hydrated glow that no expensive moisturizer can replicate. We live in a world that wants us to believe that aging is a disease that can only be cured by a laboratory. They want you to feel old, so you'll keep buying their bottles. But I want you to remember, your body is not a machine that is wearing out. It is a living organism that is constantly trying to rebuild itself. If you give it the bricks and mortar, the real ancestral collagen from these three foods, it will surprise you with its resilience. You don't need a miracle. You just need to go back to the kitchen. I want to hear from you. Which of these three lost foods are you brave enough to try first? Is it the beef tendon, the chicken feet, or the traditional bone broth? Or maybe you're already making these at home. Drop a comment below, and let's start a conversation. If you know someone who is still spending a fortune on collagen powders that aren't working, please share this video with them. Let's help our friends age with grace and strength, the natural way. I'm Diane, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep simmering.